Hello, I am Hyun from Quang Radio and Television, and the bulletin of this week will be broadcasted with the following headlines. Secretary of Provincial Party Committee visited the Namyang border checkpoints. The potential of ecotourism combined with forest patrol in Songtan Nature Reserve. September the 8th morning, Mr. Phan Việt Quang, member of Party Central Committee, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, together with delegation of Guangnam Party Committee, directly checked, visited and mobilized the border guard forces who are on duty at the checkpoints to control and protect the border and prevent the COVID-19 epidemic in Namyang district. After nearly an hour crossing the forest, the delegation of Guangnam Party Committee reached Post 716, where the border protection and COVID-19 epidemic prevention were carried out by the Namyang border guards. The checkpoint has been established and maintained for more than 5 months, with the task of actively controlling the border area, especially the trails preventing illegal entry and exit. From mid-March up to now, when Laos unilaterally restrained or halted immigration and import-export activities, Namyang Border Guard Station has proposed specific measures to manage and protect the border and prevent the COVID-19 epidemic. In those days, soldiers at the border of Namyang district had to eat and sleep in the forest. They took turns to guard 24 per 24 at checkpoints, prevent illegal immigration and border crossing, especially people suspected with virus and Vietnamese citizens returning from Laos. Namyang district has 79 kilometers of border with Laos. Throughout this route, the Guangnam Border Guard Command has deployed a total of 11 checkpoints to control and protect the border and prevent the COVID-19 epidemic in Namyang district. At the visiting places, Mr. Quang acknowledged the silent contributions and sacrifices of border officers and soldiers who are on duty at border posts. To encourage and support them, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Phan Việt Quang presented the unit with many basic necessities, clean water bottles and gas stoves. These are essential items for officers and soldiers in the border area where living conditions are extremely difficult. This week, after the Guangnam People's Committee issued the decision number 2456 to suspend the activities and the urgent measures of preventing and controlling the COVID-19 epidemic in the whole province, the lives of people in Guangnam became bustling again. After loosening the social distancing, the bustling atmosphere of people and traffic has resumed in every corner of the province. Businesses started to operate again. In Tam Kỳ City, cafes and restaurants have reopened. In entertainment areas and parks, such as March 24 Square in Tam Kỳ City, recreation activities have normally returned. Besides, in traditional markets, commercial areas, supermarkets, people have come back to shop with many attractive promotions and discounts. The functional sectors and the people's committees of communes, wards and towns continue taking measures to effectively carry out the dual goal of being ready for COVID-19 epidemic prevention and socio-economic development. In particular, the agencies continue to recommend that people should keep their distance, wear masks, and use antiseptic water when coming to crowded places. Songtan Nature Reserve, located in 2 districts of Namyang and Phu Son, is home to many higher flora species in the Red Book of Vietnam and also the habitat of rare and big mammals of the central Trường Sơn. With priceless natural values, this place is expected to become an ideal skiing site. On that basis, initiative about an ecotourism combining forest patrolling in the reserve was born with the expectation of exploiting the natural potentials along with the rich traditional cultural identity of the ethnic minorities. Songtan Nature Reserve is currently under strict supervision and protection of specialized forest protection teams. This is a force with good health people who are dedicated to preserving and protecting the forest here. In particular, up to 90% of the teams are ethnic minorities. They are well knowledgeable about the local cultural values. Once the eco tour in the reserve is established, These forest protectors will not only take on patrol duty to protect the integrity of the ecosystem, but also become the tour guides in the future. The experiential tourism combined with forest patrol will reenact the daily activities of the forest patrol force. In addition, this force will also guide tourists and local people about the valuable potential that the nature bestows on Guangnam in general and on Songtan Nature Reserve in particular. Participating in ecotourism combined with forest patrol and protection at Songtan Nature Reserve, visitors will accompany the forest guards to directly witness and experience their daily tasks. These activities include biodiversity investigation through listening to birds singing or ebb howling, tracing the hooves of big mammals, removing traps, numbering trees to classify flora species. These are special experiences that can rarely be found in the present ecotourism models. This is a new, exciting and breakthrough tourism product. Tourists, especially foreign ones, really like this kind of nature returning tour. Guangdong Province has had a new move that opens up opportunities for ecotourism development towards the mountainous districts. This will create jobs for local people and thereby encourage them to plant and protect the forest. In a field trip to Songtan Nature Reserve recently, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Lê Chí Thanh shared the difficulties and challenges with the forest protection staffs here. Mr. Thanh hoped that in the coming time, along with the main task of protecting the forest, these rangers would also be a real tour guide. Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee emphasized that besides exploiting tourism for economic development, this task also has a bigger meanings. It is promoting the image, the natural values, and indigenous culture of Guangnam to the public. With this elite force, I believe that the loggers will no longer exist. Once the forest is restored and the forest ecosystem develops, we will move on to the second phase, which is the phase of forest economic development. Together with that, the lives of the ethnic minorities here will also be improved. Tourism and forest patrol combination at Songtan Nature Reserve is the first step to form and develop a real exploring and ecotourism on the basis of rich natural resources and intangible cultural values of the local ethnic minority community. With the available advantages, this place promises to be an attractive destination for tourists, especially in the coming time. Songtan Nature Reserve will be upgraded to a national park. In spite of being impacted by the COVID-19 epidemic, July Open Economic Zone Guangdong Province continues to be chosen by many investors with 7 projects licensed right in the time of the pandemic. Since the beginning of the year, there are 7 new projects licensed with a total investment of more than 5 trillion dong, equivalent to more than $223 million, in which there are 2 foreign investment projects, Daerak Paper Tube Manufacturing and Mechanical Processing Factory of Daerak Limited Company from Korea, with investment of $2 million, and Car Wire Manufacturing Factory of Lisa Draxmail Company from Germany, with investment of $15 million. Notably, there is a domestic project with registered capital up to 4,500 billion dong invested by TACO, the taco truck factory that is expected to be deployed right in this year. With 7 new projects being granted the investment certificates, July Open Economic Zone currently has 177 investment projects with a total registered capital of nearly 112 trillion dong, equivalent to $5.6 billion. Among these, there are 48 foreign investment projects with a total registered capital of $689 million. In particular, taking advantage of the newly signed EEVFTA, more and more European investors come to research and seek investment opportunities here. That's all we have for today's bulletin. Please stay tuned with QRT News on the website qrt.vn. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.